What's up guys, and we've got ourselves a new trailer for Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. So let's, dive in this video and have a look and see what we can find in this trailer that might be of interest to us. We also, as well as the trailer, have a new map for Alola. I haven't been able to find a high quality version yet, but we'll have a brief look at that as well as one or two screenshots hanging around the place. So we have this new trailer, opens a typical way, and we have Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. Welcome to a new adventure. So it starts off with a small, sort of clip of the character getting a starter Pokemon. That's really it, or at least meeting the starter Pokemon she could choose, and that's it. You can also see the new design for the female character here, fairly standard, nothing too exciting. And then we have, you can see in this next clip, a small little clip here, and it looks like it's a possibility that we might have following Pokemon, because you can see in this screenshot here we have a Rockruff and it's following you around. You can also see it has this musical note indicating it's like playful or happy, and of course this is not confirmation that Pokemon are following you, but it might be a hint towards it, because it could just be a Rockruff that sort of is an NPC, stands around and will follow you if you run around near it. But of course we don't know until we have seen it, sort of see footage of the game and confirmation. But it seems like it could be, possible, because he is following the character in like a circular arc, same way the character's going, and it might just be something to think about later on. Then we have a small clip you can see here of what looks to be the inside of the battle tree, but of course we don't know because it could be anything. But basically like a forested area, and you can see there's an inside and a path, and there's a new NPC type basically for a trainer here, and this could in the future become some form of area. We'll just have to look into it, and we don't know yet. Obviously when we look at the map in more detail we could possibly look to place this area somewhere. Then we see a small clip of Executor Island, which we did visit in the original games, and you can see now we have actually 3 Alolan Executor here rather than just the one we saw. You can see the ship is still there sitting around, so obviously it's related to the story still, just a bit more extravagant because there's some more Executors. Then we see Kahili, I think her name is Kahili, the golf player, and of course originally she was the Elite Four member from Sun and Moon, but you can see here she's in a different area. She's in some form of cave area. Now, whether this means that she's not going to be Elite Four, whether she's going to be some form of just trainer or of a trial leader, and she's challenging you to a trial battle at this point, we don't know. Of course, she's a flying type user, so I don't know how a cave setting really makes much sense for her, but it could be the fact that she's also on a journey with you. I don't know, as an idea, one possibility there, or you fight her. And then we see Ryuki as well. Now Ryuki was one of the challenges you could face in the original games in Sun and Moon as an Elite Four champion, and you can see here that Ryuki says the name's Ryuki, I'm what you might call a star. Now this area looks very much like a Lieutenant Surge's gym from the original games. You can see the bins there, and you can see the back area, and it's sort of electric themed. Now we don't know exactly what this is at all. You can see that there is a black belt at the back of the area, the building, so it wouldn't indicate to me that this is some form of like gym or challenge, because obviously you'd expect there to be some form of like a more, not extravagant, but more unique character back there. But Ryuki obviously is here for some reason. Maybe he is visiting the same trials as you, he seems to be the same sort of age as you, so maybe that's how that works out. He's as a rival to you, that might be interesting to see, but obviously there's not much more there. We also see an Alolan Vulpix at this point on a table, and this is a foundation, so they obviously are returning in the games, not that there was much doubt about that really. And you can see him on the table in one of their little areas, and he seems to be okay. Maybe it's like a vet's area. Now the idea is, whose Alolan Vulpix is this? Well, we do know in the anime, I think Lily has an Alolan Vulpix, so maybe in these games she's an actual trainer, and she's a little rival to you, or at least some form of trainer, and not just someone with Nebby. So this might be her Vulpix, possibly. And then we go to this shot from the first Melee Island, and you can see this new building. Now this building is in exactly the same area as one of those open sort of building layout plans we've spoken about several times before, and you can see it's some form of, I don't know, it's got stars around it, so it might be similar, I hate to say it, to like the PokéStar Studios as we saw in Black and White 2, or it could be like a contest area, but it's red, you can see some stars on it, and in the window you can see almost like there's costumes, so it might be some form of contest thing there. We'll have to see how that pans out eventually. But that's what that looks like, so it does confirm that the areas that were buildings are going to be buildings, which is pretty cool, and we'll have to see more in the future what those might be. And then we skip to new secrets of the Alola region will be revealed, and we see this new area on this map, which is nice big black clouds hanging over Ula Ula Island. Is it Ula Ula? I think it's Ula Ula. I'm not. No, it's Pony Island rather. And you can see some form of like similar to sort of the distortion world we had in Platinum. So obviously it's just a hint at Ultra Beasts coming through and being a bit more dangerous there. And obviously then we see the full region map, and we'll look at that later on. But we have a new look for the heroes. It's fairly simple, nothing too special there. We've seen some of this before in the initial reveal trailer. And then we move on to Rockruff Special Evolution, which of course is Dusk form. We're not too interested in that at all. We've known all this already. And we do get told right at the end, only certain Rockruff will evolve into Dusk form, which pretty much confirms the fact that you have to get the event Rockruff to be able to get a Dusk like Canrock. You can't get any, you can't just catch a Rockruff and evolve it at dusk time to get yourself a Dusk form. You have to get the events, similar to what we knew already, which is a bit disappointing, but it is what it is. And then we see some actual proper box art for the games, because we hadn't seen that before. You can see there we have, you know, obviously the two forms, they're looking pretty sick, and obviously we'll see exactly what there is. Now I'm going to point this out to you. At the top right of this image here, on not top right, the middle top in this image, there is something in the star with eyes. Now I'm going to try and enhance it for you, but it's very interesting. I don't know what this is. It might be a hint to another Pokemon, but of course there's not really any Pokemon that really looks too much like it. You can see the two eyes are there, and of course we'll look at that in another video. It might just be a hint to the eyes of Solgaleo and Lunala, because they are that shape and that colour, but I guess we'll see eventually when the games come out. So if we have a quick look then also at this new Alolan map, which is slightly different. We haven't got too many extra things, but there might be a few things we can peer into, especially those buildings, and just spot if there are buildings there or not. So if I just crack it open quickly while I manage to do this, so we can see, if we have a quick zoom in, so start off with Melee, and you can see it's pixelated as I mentioned. I'm not going to look too much into this, but it's basically the same as it was before. The only extra thing is the fact that we have that building, which you already know about, so that's basically it for Melee. There's nothing too much extra. Yeah, every building is still there apart from that new one. Then moving over of course to Akala. It's fairly simple. So the two spots we had for Akala, there was one in the first town, which you can see right next to the Pokemon Center. I was trying to circle is there, so we have another building there, it would seem. And similarly in the bottom building, there seems to bottom town rather, there seems to be a building next to the lighthouse. So again, that seems like it'll be something there. And then a third one was over in the central one near the Battle Royale building, and it looks like again there is another building there, so again there'll be something extra there. Now one special thing to point out is you look at the top left of this island here where the waterfalls were originally in the games, and they're gone. So that's possibly a different kind of area. Rather than having waterfalls to travel over, a big rocky area. Maybe it's drained for some reason, just something happened. But nothing too special apart from that. Really mostly the same there, same buildings and whatnot. Nothing too extravagant there. Then on Ula Ula, if we start off obviously looking at the port, you can see again there was another space there in this town, in this city, and it looks like to be filled again with another building, so we can expect something there at least. And then looking at the rest of this area, it seems pretty similar. The Pokemon League will probably be in the same place. Nothing too much extra added to the power plants or anything along those lines. And then going down to Tapu Village, similarly nothing there. There is one extra building I think on the beach down here, which I don't think was here before. Of course we'll do a proper sort of in-depth look at this. I can hopefully get a higher res image. And then moving down to Tapu Village, there is a spot here you can see it's not filled, so that's one of the ones that hasn't been filled in with anything, so who knows what that'll be. But apart from that, the rest is very simple. We have this other spot here on the island, not filled in again, so maybe that doesn't have anything, we'll see. And then moving up to Po Town, that's the one, nothing extra here it would seem, just pretty much the same. There is a different sort of lighting to this map, so a lot of things do look different, but they are pretty much the same. A quick look at foundations we cross, nothing extra you can tell there out of this sort of resolution at least. And then finally onto Pony Island, similarly again that the floating boat town, we have the Pokemon Center there. Yeah, obviously pretty much the same, nothing extra really without looking at full depth. Sort of look in comparison, we won't know apart from this big purpley black cloud, which of course will be a link to Ultra Space, so maybe the actual Ultra Beast star streaming through this time and actually a proper battle, we'll have to see. One extra screenshot to show you just before we finish the video is this this shot of the player character at the altar of the sun. It would light source is different inversions again, and we've seen the Necrozma there. So obviously the Necrozma comes at some point and maybe asks you for help, or something along those lines. So we'll have to see how that pans out with the rest of the sort of storyline that gets revealed in dribs and drabs. But that's everything in that new trailer, and obviously we might get some extra information still. But I want you to let me know, do you liking what you see? You know, liking the new buildings, and do you want, give me ideas on what you think those new buildings might be, contests, or their gyms, as we've spoken about before. As I mentioned, I'll do a full in-depth look at that map when we have a higher resolution version, just so we can hopefully pin down some more stuff, hopefully, who knows. But yeah, let me know down below what you think. Are you excited for the games now? Is this sort of piqued your interest a bit and you're ready to hear some more? Let me know down below in the comment section. But for now, this will be it for me for today, so I'll be seeing you next time. Thank you for watching. Goodbye, my friends.